You know, the funny part is, I think, both teams' fan bases can be disappointed with how this game went. We can't have nice things right now. And that's the unfortunate part about it. The Vancouver Canucks have just dropped a 3-1 game on the road against the Colorado Avalanche. And here's the thing. It's very easy to go out there and say, hey, wait a minute. It's the Colorado gosh darn Avalanche. They're a wagon this year. They've got the best team in hockey. They've got the top point scorer. They've got the top defenseman. They've got one of the top goalies in save percentage. There's no reason Vancouver should go out there and easily win a game against this team. So a 3-1 loss ain't the worst thing in the world, right? But that doesn't change the fact that this game, I think both teams' fans probably would have just agreed, yeah, no, this would have been better if this game was just not played. Evander Kane, injured. Cale Makar, potentially banged up. Brock Besser, banged up. Scott Wedgewood, injured. Ay, what a series of events that we could not have foreseen out of this one. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Vancouver played the most amazing game ever. 3-1. They had one goal to open things up. Thanks, Linus Karlsson, but that's all the Canucks were able to muster in this one. They had some opportunities on Wedgewood and inevitably Mackenzie Blackwood, but I came away out of this game thinking of one particular Vancouver Canuck, and that guy, of course, is the guy who probably plays most of the Canucks' minutes with the puck on his stick. It's Quinn Hughes. And especially in the third period, heading into the empty net 6-on-5 territory, that was when it was starting to get on my nerves. That is when Quinn Hughes exhibited even more of this selfish, I'm just going to shoot it myself, not going to make any passes, just try to get it through 5, 6, 7 guys in front, over and over and over again. The amount of times he had Pettersson open. End of the first period, you had Elias Pettersson with a prime open lane to walk right in and get a beautiful 1T slap shot opportunity to end off the final few seconds. Quinn looks him off. He's like, oh no, I'm just going to shoot it myself. I get it. He's the most talented player on the team. One of the most talented defensemen in the entire National Hockey League's history books. But my gosh, man, am I the only one who is sitting here and saying that the guy needs to pass more? Rick Tocchet might have done some intense brainwashing there. Forget reprogramming the way Elias Pettersson thinks about the game. How about reprogramming Quinn Hughes into making him think that he's a 30-goal scorer? The guy played a lot better when he didn't have this shoot first, I'm just going to do it all myself type of mentality. I don't know what to say, man. There's so much that can be improved from the decision-making of Quinn Hughes. And it's a shame because EP40, for the most part, has been making good plays and good reads. We've said it a bunch this season, but Elias Pettersson has been the best Vancouver Canucks player this season. When you look at just the quality of play that he provides and the substance of what minutes he gets and the opponents he plays off against. There is a lot to like out of EP40. But unfortunately, he isn't really getting the opportunities to get that on the score sheet. You know, when Quinn Hughes was off the power play, it was Phil Hronek on PP1. That's when Elias Pettersson got the 1T. That's when he goes out there and starts scoring goals. When Hronek is like, screw it, I'm just going to feed this guy over and over and over again. I don't know what else to say, man. It's 4 minutes into a video. Oh, let's talk about the goals. Let's do that, right? There were 4 goals in this hockey game. Vancouver gets on the board early on because Arshdeep Bains sets up Linus Karlsson in front. Hey, what do you know? It's the Abbotsford AHL guys going out there and setting things up. Atu Ratu throws it over to Bains on the left side. He centers it for Karlsson, who comes in, dekes to the backhand around Wedgewood, and buries the biscuit in the basket. It's a pretty good play for the young Linus Karlsson. And of course, because it's the only goal scored by Vancouver in this one, that's kind of all we saw out of Canucks offense. Now, sure, there were opportunities. Brock Besser, had there not been a broken stick in the crease in the third period, he probably would have buried one too. But, yeah, no, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, almost. I feel like we've been doing a lot of this for the Vancouver Canucks this season. Colorado then scored 3 unanswered. Nathan MacKinnon gets his 21st on the year to tie it up 1-1 with 37 seconds to go in the first period. The shot came from the point, it was tipped on goal. Kevin Lankinen makes the save, but because it was tipped, the rebound bounced out wide to Mac Daddy on the left side. It's a wide open net for him to score on. No defense in front of him. What a surprise. Then in the second period, Brock Nelson and Nathan MacKinnon got on the board to give Colorado the 2-1 and inevitably the 3-1 lead. Really nice goal here by Brock Nelson, dragging the foot to stay onside. He gets around his guy Max Sasson and inevitably receives the pass, comes in on a breakaway, buries it by Lankinen, and then Nathan MacKinnon, again in the last few seconds of the period, ends up getting a slap shot goal, assisted by Gabe Landeskog. It's a really nice play. Landeskog curls in the corner before tossing it out into the middle. Mac Daddy whacks it on goal and beats Kevin Lankinen to make it 3-1. Those are the only goals scored in the hockey game, and I really don't have anything else to add to that. I don't know, like, what other things do we say? Do we break the game down? Do we break down what the Canucks were doing well? Do we break down the power play for Vancouver going 0 for 1? Colorado's power play went 0 for 1. There were no penalties called in this one. But ultimately, this game was not great for either team because firstly, Scott Wedgewood got injured. He was not able to come out for the rest of the hockey game. He only played half the game there. 32 minutes of time on ice for Scott Wedgewood. He left in the second period. And that's quite a shame because he has been very good this season. He has been one of the best goalies in the NHL. Whether or not you'll say that's because of his own talent or because of the team in front of him, that's totally your prerogative, but hey, both Blackwood and Wedgewood have been studs this year. Sometimes goaltending can just be better. Straight up. I mean, Jesper Wallstedt on my TV screen, he just got another shutout, this time against Edmonton. So sometimes goaltenders can really just carry games. Wedgewood has been very good, and unfortunately I do have him in fantasy, so, yeah, I'm feeling pretty great. I also started Jeremy Swayman today against Detroit, and benched Bobrovsky because I thought Bob has been doing pretty poorly lately. But, yeah, no. This is not my week, folks. Not my week. But anyways, aside Scott Wedgewood, you also saw yourself some maybe minor bumps and moments for guys like Cale Makar and Brock Boeser. They didn't leave the game. Brock Boeser got tangled with Arturi Lehkonen and Nathan MacKinnon and went down late in the third. He was wincing in pain on the bench. You could definitely see he was grabbing his midsection there. Cale Makar maybe got something on his hand towards the end of the game as well. We'll have to wait and see if there are any extra pieces of info on that. And then you also had Evander Kane, who was driven into the boards, and the referee, who was sitting on the Colorado bench at the time. It's Gabe Landeskog, who kind of drives Kane onto the side there. He collides with the referee, and Kane ends up leaving in pain. I don't want to try to imagine whether or not, like, oh, the referee who was sitting on the bench, his skate ended up, like, cutting Evander or something. Like, that's obviously the worst case scenario. We don't want to see something like that happen, but I'm thinking about this more from a trade perspective. If Vancouver was in the business of potentially trading away Evander Kane, what kind of trade is going to go down now if the guy's hurt? There are already red flags with him and his game, with the penalties that he takes and the irresponsibility of it all. But now, if he's just straight up not healthy, then how's Edmonton going to afford getting him back? I don't know, man. At the end of the day, though, Vancouver losing in regulation to Colorado is not surprising in the slightest. Maybe the way things got done, we would want to see things change, but yeah, no, it's 3-1. Could have been worse. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button. It helps out with the algorithm. Also, comments help out too. I'd really appreciate it if you got involved there. But ultimately, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this Colorado and Vancouver hockey game, wherein the Canucks dropped another one? Team Tank, baby. Let's go, Adam Foote. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 9 and bye.